Justin Trudeau has shown us once again through his carbon tax fraud that he wants to continue to punish Canadians. He does not care about helping Canadians. He only wants to protect his ego, and he is willing to die on this hill even though he continues to lie to us. But luckily, Piere was out there today asking for a reprieve from the carbon tax. He is asking to axe the tax, which we of course need. Before we get into that, don't forget we launched the Axe the Tax store this week with the shirts. The link is down below if you want to check out any of those items. Again, only if you can afford it. It's about spreading the message and keeping the chatter alive. Let's get into today's video.
Common sense conservatives will bring home a country where hard work pays off with a powerful paycheck and pension that buys affordable food, gas, and homes in safe neighborhoods. We will axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. But in the next year and a half, Canadians are struggling, and they are unable to even afford a vacation. They need a break, for God's sakes. And that's why common sense conservatives are calling for an end to gas and diesel taxes from Victoria Day till Labor Day to give Canadians a summer break.
I talked about it in another video. Canadians' anger levels are at all-time high. We need a good summer so that people can relax a little bit.
Call on the Prime Minister to do this. It will reduce gas prices by 35 cents a litre, allowing families to get on the road and go off to their favorite campsite, maybe a cottage or a cabin, do some fishing, some hunting, or just get away for a weekend. Canadians need that now more than ever with how miserable things are going in this country of ours. It's a common sense step the government could do, and if you wonder how we can pay for it, this Prime Minister is spending $21 billion on consultants. $21 billion. Money that could be in the pockets of Canadians. 100% increase on the money going to high-priced consultants like those that gave us the Arrive scam scandal.
I talked about it in yesterday's video. They're putting money forward in these think tanks that are just bringing nonsense programs forward. That's a whole separate issue. 35 cents a liter is crazy. That's just the carbon tax. There's other taxes on fuel too. So we have a way to mentally help Canadians and actually help Canadians with our cost of living.
Cut back on those consultants. Put the money back in the pockets of Canadians. Give Canadians a fuel tax holiday of 35 cents a litre from Victoria Day all the way to Labor Day. This is the least that we could do. And in the long run, we will bring back the country that we knew and still love. A country where hard work pays off, with powerful paychecks that buy affordable food, gas, and home.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that Piere still cares about Canada, actually Canada. Not the global impact, not all of these things. He's talking about Canada, Canadian paychecks and Canadians. It's nice to see that that's where his language is. As you guys know, in other videos, I have pressed him on his immigration stuff a little bit, but I at least like to see this. That's positive language with putting Canada first. Now let's hear Trudeau's response because he just spouts nonsense, but let's hear Trudeau lie to us a bunch.
Pierre Poilievre said that he's calling for you to suspend all gas and diesel tax from Victoria Day to Labor Day to give Canadians a break this summer. Will you do that?
I think the conversation should be had with the provinces as well, who are responsible for a significant part of excise taxes and taxes on gasoline across the country. Mr. Paul.
That's my favorite part. One of my favorite parts in this video is he says, well, why don't you talk to the provinces about taxes and all these? You're just admitting now that we are paying way too many taxes. Yes, provincial tax on the gas as well is a lot. We already pay a crazy amount of fuel tax, not including carbon tax. So it's funny that he's like, why don't you talk to the provinces about it? They're finally admitting like, yeah, we are taxing you guys way more than you even think about.
Poilievre continues to refer to the federal carbon tax, which is a price we put on pollution to make sure that pollution is not free anywhere in this country. And the way we chose to do it was to collect the price on carbon emissions, including on gas, and giving that money back to Canadian families in such a way that
the way that we chose to do that was to punish Canadians by making everything way more expensive. then we will pretend to pay it back to you through a rebate. Although we will be taking tons of administrative costs, there will be tons of inflation in the process. But don't worry, you are going to get a quarterly payment of $120.
That 8 out of 10 families in regions where the federal carbon backstop applies do better with the checks that come in for the Canada Carbon Rebate 4 times a year than it costs them extra on a tank of gas or to heat their homes.
He was really specific there too. Oh, people where the backstop applies. So it's my understanding that people in BC, you guys don't even get a carbon tax rebate. If you're from BC and you're watching this video, comment down below. Are you guys getting a carbon tax? You don't, right? Like, that's what I've heard.
That is the way we designed the fight against pollution, against climate change. We're both putting a price on pollution to incentivize people to pollute less, and we're putting more money in the pockets of families across the country. So when
Impossible.
Pierre Poilievre talks about scrapping the price on pollution, he's also talking about eliminating those Canada Carbon Rebate checks that come in, hundreds of dollars for families across the country every few months, that helps offset not just the price of gas, but the cost of groceries, the cost of living that go up left, right, and center. The parliamentary budget officer confirmed that 8 out of 10 families get more money back from the Canada Carbon Rebate than they pay the carbon price at the pumps or the grocery stores.
Already been proven wrong.
This is what Pierre Poilievre is talking about when he talks about axing the tax.
Already been proven wrong. 8 out of 10 Canadians don't get more. Clearly wrong. It's a lie. Then he doubles down with the broken logic of he's trying to take money away from you by taking away the rebate. Trudeau, you're taking the money first. The money has been stolen. Then you've returned it, obviously less than what Canadians have paid in their increase of living. It's crazy.
He talks about stopping the fight against climate change at a time where the country is burning, at a time where floods and storms are having an impact on every corner of the country, and at a time when Canadians are struggling with the cost of living. He wants to take away checks that put more money in their pockets.
India has a garbage dump that is burning every day. I think it's still going. It might be out now, but it burned for like 3 years. So pretty hilarious that we're getting punished as Canadians when globally no other country is paying a price on pollution except for us. Good thing we're the ones getting punished.
His ideology is so strong, he would rather watch the country burn and Canadians suffer than continue to fight against climate change and put the Canada Carbon Rebate in their pockets. That tells us an awful lot about the kind of choices he makes as leader.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when he says these lies and people don't push back on it. People don't say like, hey, like the reporters aren't like, Trudeau, hasn't that been proven wrong 10, 15 times and you're just lying to us? Calm down, because I know a lot of you don't like listening to Trudeau. I hate it as well, but we need to pay attention how crazy he is. Don't forget to get your Axe the Tax merch. The link is down below. I am a real estate agent in London, Ontario. Reach out to me in the link below if you want to work with me. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It does mean a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.